I did take a piano class, but by that point, I had gotten so used to learning by ear that it really didn't do me any good. I'd get in a practice room next to somebody and basically just copy what they were doing. Reading sheet music, it doesn't come very naturally to me, but if I sit down for about a day or so, I can learn a piece.
So really here, now, you read charts, obviously.
Yes, sir. The Nashville number system, we kind of used that as I was coming up. You know, you had to play on the fly. If somebody wanted to hear a song, they say, okay, we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And if they knew I was completely in the dark on the song, well, we would flash those numbers like Brother Swaggart does.
And that's what, and explain the numbering system for the people that are watching.
If you've ever heard do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, it starts right back over. And that's, when he's flashing that up, he's giving us chords, not necessarily notes.
Okay, so 1 means?
1, if you're in the key of C, is C. If he gives us 4, it's F. If he gives us 5, it's G. And we got to know the song well enough to know whether we're going major or minor. But it's, and when we would flash it across the stage, if that 4 was minor, they'd do it upside down.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, no. And so that we use that relatively. And the guys that taught me over the years, all these kind of licks like this, I didn't know where they were getting it, but it was obvious it came from Jimmy Swaggart and Jerry Lee Lewis. Now I know that. Growing up Catholic, I couldn't have told you the names. I love the fact that for the past 9 years, a talent that was God-given. I wasn't formally trained anyway, but this talent is finally going back to where it started from. I'm giving it back to the Lord.
Obviously, not growing up in a Christian home, you were immersed with probably a lot of different styles of music.
Oh yes, sir. They raised me up on 60s soul, southern rock, country. You know, your traditional country and modern country. That's the majority of it. But with variety bands, you had to be ready to play anything that was thrown at you.
How'd you get saved?
How did I get saved? Well, it could be a long story, but let's see if I can shorten it for you. I grew up Catholic and had a lot of friends that after school would try to talk me into going to these programs that they would have, and we would sit down and they would tell us about Jesus. And I thought at the time, well, this is all stuff I know. But they invited me to a little Baptist church, and actually he preached a message about salvation, you know, the blood, the cross. And it hit home, and that night I was saved. Now I was probably 13 years old at the time, but being Catholic and getting saved in the Baptist church, I started getting tugged in all sorts of directions and wound up backsliding for many years just out of confusion more than anything. And matter of fact, when I started coming here for those Wednesday nights I told you about, it was a seeker sensitive church that I was playing for on Sunday mornings at the time. And when someone handed me the Purpose Driven Life book, I quickly had questions. But, right off the bat, after about 10 pages, I said, something's not right here, even though I didn't know.
Wow.
I didn't know exactly what was wrong. Within the next couple of weeks, I'm listening to your mother's program and then discussing the Purpose Driven Life. So I realized exactly what I'm in the middle of, and long story short, I parted ways with them, and again, just here I am. I wound up